Today on In the Studio with Daphnee, it's a great big world, and they came by to chat about their great big win. It doesn't stop there, as I make a stop to check out Choice Challenge with Senator Oscar Bryanon, who's helping the kids make hard choices in this tough world. Beach erosions and natural preserves has been an issue for a while. Wait and see what our current solutions are. It's Chrisina Iglesias, everybody, and she came by the studio to speak about The Voice and much more.
I'm Ian. I'm Chad. We're a great big world.
I'm just looking for love to change the world.
Here once again with Ian and Chad from A Great Big World, and I thank you so much for being here with me to talk and chat about not only your Grammy Award winning day, when you actually were called to that stage. What was the feeling like?
Moment in my life.
I don't know. We're up against such big artists and big songs, you know. So
My legs were shaking. It was so crazy.
we weren't expecting that.
You weren't expecting it at all,
No.
because the way that it was seen and shown, you guys were like, you know, and it just came to you, and it was an amazing moment. Is that the perfect match for the song, Chrisina?
It was the unexpected perfect match for the song. I mean, never in our wildest dreams did we ever think we were going to work with Chrisina, and that came out of the blue. I mean, really, not that many people knew who we were or our music.
But there was definitely a moment where it was like, how is this gonna work? Like, I guess Chrisina will like take a verse and maybe she'll do like her embellishments at the end of the song and like just do all this stuff. And then we got into the studio and she kind of wanted to sing lightly over the song and didn't really want to take over it. And like it was so beautiful. And
we never heard her sing like that. But once we heard her sing the first few lines, we're like, oh, this is what this is gonna be.
I'm stunned at the fact from the beginning when I heard the song and when she was the add-on to it, it just made a perfect fit. Absolutely, you guys sound amazing with her. You guys met in New York, college.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did that work?
Well, we met at NYU,
Uh-huh.
and we were studying music business.
We were in the same publishing class.
Yeah, music publishing, ironically.
Yeah. And Ian didn't have any friends.
I transferred into this school. So first of all, that school is a hard school to meet people because you're in New York, and I feel like when you're that young, the more people there are, the more lonely you can be. And I transferred in, so everyone already had their own friends, and I forced my friendship onto Chad. I was looking for someone to write music with, and he was so closed off. And I don't know, I just felt something when I met him, and like I thought that there was. We could
I literally was like trying to give him the hint. Like I had my friends, I didn't really want any more friends, and like
so I
he
called
was
him.
kind of pestering me. Like
I asked him, why can't we be friends? Like I was very direct.
Yeah, I was like, what do I have to do? What do I have to do for us to hang out? I just want you to hear me play it. And like finally I was like, okay. And
it ended up a perfect match. You guys make excellent music together. Actually, you managed him for a while and knew that you wanted to collaborate and do the group.
Yeah, but that was, so at first it was me managing him because I just saw something in him.
I was a solo artist.
Right.
He was like booking me gigs.
Yeah.
And
like small clubs in New York.
Yeah, and
but then like years later,
he sang on a song that we wrote together, and then he just kept singing on the songs, and then it didn't make sense to be a solo artist anymore. And I was signed to a label as a solo artist, and the label folded, and then we're like, well, what are we doing? What is this?
Right.
And then we formed the band on Kickstarter.
Anything else that we should be looking for? Because I know one of you are into acting.
I mean, there was a moment in my life when I was like 10.
Oh,
that I was
okay.
acting. But like, who knows? Yeah, maybe acting is in the future again.
I mean, it's a door. I could see you guys totally acting. Doing some kind of movies.
I could see us having a reality show.
Yeah, a reality show I could totally see.
Is that a hint that something's coming out with A Great Big World?
Maybe.
I don't know. But
I can't wait to see a reality show from you two, honestly. We will be right back in the studio with Daphnee. We're here with Ian and Chad from A Great Big World.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I am feeling so small. It was over my head. I know nothing at all. And I will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, just starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm sorry that
My name is Ryan Jager, and I'm one of the founders of Vintage Craft Barbershop, located at 5530 PGA Boulevard.
My name is Trix. I'm one of the co-founders here at Vintage Craft Barbershop. Barbers here, we do it all.
The comb over with the hard lines.
From designs to flat tops, anything you want to get in here, you can find it.
Open 6 days a week, from 10 to 7, Monday through Friday, and 10 to 5 on Saturdays. You can call us at 561-223-3912 to make an appointment.
My name is Margarita Wells, and I'm the Environmental Resources Manager with the City of Miami Beach. The City of Miami Beach recently developed a dune management plan and a dune management strategy that we implemented throughout most of our beaches. The intent of this management plan was to remove non-native invasive vegetation, replant with native species, to ensure that the system is at its best in terms of its habitat and erosion control, as well as storm protection qualities. And this is one component of the city's larger resiliency community resiliency strategy.
Fernando Bretos, I'm Director of Museum Volunteers for the Environment at Patricia and Philip Frost Museum of Science. I'm coordinating an effort on Virginia Key to restore 17 acres of coastal habitat, including a dune, a sea turtle nesting beach, and a freshwater wetland that's abutted by a coastal hammock.
My name is Chris Berg. I'm the South Florida Conservation Director for the Nature Conservancy. We've been working hand in hand with the Southeast Florida Regional Climate Change Compact for the last several years to identify good examples of beach and dune and mangrove management projects that have taken degraded natural areas and improved their condition, not only so that they can provide better habitat for wildlife and attractive places for people to recreate, but also so that they can protect us from the impacts of waves and storms. About a mile or so offshore, you begin finding live coral, and then obviously the coral extends down to the Keys, as the Keys are famous for the coral reefs, but they also extend all the way up as far as about Martin County or Palm Beach County. And those are the first line of defense before the waves hit the shoreline. So the healthier those reefs are, the better condition they're in, the more coral there is, the better job they do of breaking up waves. So a lot of the Nature Conservancy's work right now revolves around coral reef protection, making sure that they don't get degraded and restoration, taking the ones that have been degraded and improving their amount of coral and the diversity of coral and trying to bring them back. Now they've really been suffering over the last mostly 30, 40 years or so as a variety of different impacts, from global climate change to local water quality problems to acute impacts from boats running aground on them, you name it. They're kind of suffering from a million cuts, and everything we can do to protect and restore them is time well spent.
Well, into the night they came, the young, the old, family, friends, to show support, to oppose violence, to honor 6-year-old King Carter, killed by a stray bullet as a result of a beef between teens on Facebook.
I'm here with Senator Oscar Bryanon. Thank you once again. Thank you so much for doing this for the kids. We have so much going on in the Miami area, as you know, and you came and took a stand to do something about it.
Yes.
How do you feel about it if I call you our Superman?
Well, thank you, but it's so many people that came together to make this happen, and it's our 4th annual one. So it's really awesome that we had, Santana Moss, who was a football player that grew up in the same neighborhoods as I did, felt as strongly about making sure that kids make the right decisions. A lot of things that are happening in our community, as you mentioned, and a lot of them are happening because there are kids not making the right decisions. We're trying to equip them with the information to make the right decisions. I think the main thing that they come out of here with is, I can be anything. No matter what the odds are, if I make the right choices, I can be anything. There are people in here that have been through many obstacles that are speaking to the kids and have come out on the positive side, right? And have made a decision and made the choices to become an attorney, to become an entrepreneur, to become an athlete, to become a radio personality, a TV personality, to become an educator. All these things, they came from somebody making the right choice right about this point in their life. So that's the thing I want them to take from here.
So what do you feel is holding them back? They have a great family support system, let's just say. They're in school, they probably have some teachers that could help them. What do you feel within them is holding them back to excel?
I think a lot of times there are many outside influences. Some of the outside influences look a lot like the people who we have in the room telling them this is the right thing you should do. They're probably taking the wrong message from music, taking the wrong message from entertainment that they see. But what we did was we brought entertainers in here to give them exactly what the right message is and to tell them the story behind that entertainment or the story behind becoming a celebrity. So I think that getting the message correct is what will help them to make the right choices.
Okay, so I heard the first annual to now, it's been a big
Yes.
growth.
Yes.
What do you feel the future brings for Choice Challenges?
Well, right now the Choice Challenge deals with just kids in the district that I represent, which is North Dade. But what can happen is this could spread throughout Dade County, maybe even to Broward County. This could become a much bigger event because it's not just kids in this community that need this message. There are kids all over that need this exact same message.
And do you feel that there are other senators or other people that you're going to collaborate with in other cities and states to do this?
I definitely think so. Whenever I talk to people about this Choice Challenge, they always say we really want to be a part of it. And my goal next year will be to get my fellow senators in other areas in Dade County to join in, and maybe it turn into Senator's Choice Challenge, and a bunch of senators get people from their area to come and get together.
Do you think we could get Obama and make it President's Choice Challenge?
Presidential Choice Challenge. That would be great. That would be great. I'll ask him next time I see him.
Okay, perfect. And one more thing. Do we have future Santana Mosses, future Senator Bryanons, future doctors, lawyers in this building today?
We do. I tell you, this is the 4th annual. Someone that came to the 1st annual caught me in Publix and talked about how it encouraged them to try to build their own app. So we definitely are building the future right here in this room today.
And thank you so much. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Guys, how you doing? My name is Flacco. Been teaching boxing for about 10 years. I've been fighting for about 15 years. About 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to open my own boxing gym. So I finally got to really take care of one of my dreams, one of my passions. It's really a gift from God. I can say God is great. I had no money. I had just finished school. So, never give up on your dreams. It's not always about what you have. It's about what you want. And just go and get it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we'll be right back with In the Studio with Daphnee. Welcome to In the Studio with Daphnee. And today I am so blessed to have the beautiful Chrisina Iglesias. For all of you that's been following The Voice, Chrisina Iglesias is from The Voice. Welcome, Chrisina.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I have to ask you, first and foremost, I know everybody in this room is asking and wondering, are you in any way affiliated to the Iglesias family?
Unless my mom has been lying to me all these years, no.
Chrisina, ever since The Voice, I mean, you did an amazing performance at The Voice. What have you been up to after?
Well, you know, ever since, it's definitely catapulted my career to another level. Obviously, I was selected to be part of Jazz in the Gardens this year, so that was a big deal in my hometown to be part of that big lineup. So I'm just working a lot more, getting out there, you know, people know my name a little bit more, and so now I'm working on writing some new music and recording a live album.
This is a very competitive industry. How are you able to compete with what's out there? Trust me, your voice is amazing, but I mean, it's competitive.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot of competition in this business. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, there's hundreds of thousands of undiscovered talent out there. I just try and stay true to myself and be as unique as possible, try to be as authentic as possible with my music. And I think in terms of competition, I think there's room for everybody to be successful in this business. You just have to work really, really hard. So I really don't feel competition as much. I feel more of a camaraderie and more of like there's room for everybody. So I don't know. It's a tough question, but I just do my thing and I don't worry about anything else.
What do you say to people that want to make it in this industry? How can they set your example and use your example to catapult for them?
I think just really working on your craft and being creative, writing songs, you know, getting out there, performing, getting that, being out in front of people and performing in front of people. I think that obviously if you're young, as you get older, 25 into your 30s, you start becoming more comfortable in your own skin. You start knowing what your strengths and your weaknesses are, and you start embracing those things and working on what your weaknesses are and enhancing your strengths. And I think that the more committed you are to being in this business, because it's not lavish, it's very bohemian. You know, I look at my calendar and I look at May and June and it's looking pretty empty. And then, but you know, when you're in alignment with your purpose, your phone always rings.
Tell me, what is the future? What does the future install for Chrisina Iglesias?
More music, more of the same. I'm also a vocal coach, so I work at a music school, and I like to pay it forward. I like to work with children, so it's become another little niche that I've discovered. To me, it's been a rewarding experience to be able to pay it forward. You know, I didn't have a vocal coach when I was a kid. I wish somebody would have cultivated, you know, my talents earlier on in life. So for me to work with 6, 7, 8-year-olds that really have that natural talent and to be able to develop it, you know, who knows, maybe one of my students will be on The Voice one day, you know, you never know. So it fills my heart. So that's what I've been up to lately.
Tell me about your hit single.
Wow, yes. The recent single I've released is called Only Love Can Save Us. It's about marriage equality and anti-bullying. You know, I'm an openly gay woman, and you know, I said that at Jazz in the Gardens. I said, you know, you might not agree with my lifestyle, but let's not condemn each other. You know, let's embrace our differences. You know, and so it's an anthem about only love can save us. You know, love is the answer. Let's always come from a place of peace and love and try and understand our differences, even though we might not agree. You know, we all share this universe together, and so it's a message of love, and you can find it on iTunes under Only Love Can Save Us at Chrisina Iglesias.
And what is your message to all of your fans, all of the children that want to be like Chrisina Iglesias?
I think kids nowadays really need a role model that is out in the public, that is authentic and true to themselves. You know, just to let them know, you know, it's okay. It's okay to be who you are. It's okay for you to be different. And so that's my message. You know, if you're a fan and you like my music, you know, you're not going to please everybody. So I can only do what comes from the heart. So if you're true to your own self and true to your own heart, then there's nothing that is out of the realm of you achieving, you know.
Now we will be back with In the Studio with Daphnee. We're here with Chrisina Iglesias, and we're gonna have a question and answer. What is your question for Chrisina?
You've been in front of many audiences and things. Have you ever been nervous or freaked out?
Well, you know, when I first started performing was at a Unity church. That's where going to that church actually changed my life. I signed up to be in the choir, and I would sing there every Sunday with the choir, and it just really motivated me to pursue the music full time. And I remember every time they gave me a solo at the church, I remember my legs shaking uncontrollably because there was 1,000 people looking at me perform. And I just think that, you know, when you're green and you're raw and you haven't had that performing experience under your belt, it's obviously natural to be nervous. But now, you know, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I know what I can do. I love what I do. And so I don't get nervous anymore. I get excited. You know, I get excited to be able to share my gift.
I've scripted her in my existence.